What's up everybody, welcome back to the Gramophone channel. Today we're looking at the PX8 and I'm enjoying it so far, but before I get into the details of what Bowers has done a little bit differently with this particular headphone versus what they've done in the past, don't forget to subscribe to the Gramophone channel, and you can do so by clicking right down below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon in the corner because there's a lot more interesting highlights on the way. Here is your question of the day. Out of all the wireless headphones that we've covered so far, which have interested you the most? Bowers has made higher-end headphones in the past, but really nothing that wasn't wired. This is their first entry into the wireless category of something that is definitely more high-end. So, how did they achieve this goal? What are they going for here? Well, you can take one glance at this headphone and know that it achieves a lot in the style department right off the bat. This nice dark leather finish that's kind of a charcoal color, really solid aluminum spokes that feel really good and nice and smooth on the adjustment, which I'll show you. The ear cups feel uber premium. The material on the pads feel great. As far as the fashion and objective build quality of this headphone is concerned, it is passing with flying colors, possibly even leading the pack in some regards. Now, let's talk about what's most important, such as sound. The PX8 has a driver in it different from anything Bowers has ever used in a headphone before, and it has a really interesting, almost W-like shape to it, where the ends of the woofer peel down a little bit and then pop back up in the center. And being pure carbon, much like the tweeter is in the 700 series, particularly in that new 700 series S3 edition, that is quite nice. We'll have some bits about that coming up soon as well. You've got a really high-end material to make a really competent driver. Some of the other cool features in this headphone is that Bowers actually developed a custom 24-bit DSP engine for this headphone to make sure that it's actually squeezing the best performance out of that angled carbon driver. This carbon driver is pretty great. That DSP no doubt is playing a part in that, and so that's a wonderful combo. And that actually works at 24-bit. So if you're using a wired connection and you're getting a little bit fuller fat signal than Bluetooth, it's going to take fuller advantage of that as well. So definitely try these wired too when you're at home. And we're getting a little bit closer to that ideal of what a higher end wired headphone can do that we're all generally a little bit more used to. Think headphones hanging around the $500 to $700 range in the world of wired. But now, in that similar price category, we can get wireless and get similar performance, which is really exciting. And I have to say, I feel that Bowers is achieving that here. This headphone over, say, the PX7S2 is immediately more resolving, more balanced in its presentation. Everything from bass to mids to highs just sound a little bit more clear, a little bit more natural and lifelike. It hits a little bit harder, it moves a little bit faster, and overall it's just really freaking good. The PX8, like really any other higher end wireless headphone now, of course has active noise cancelling built into it. Generally with noise cancelling, you are looking to just either reduce or if not outright remove those fundamental background sounds, and these achieve that goal. Enough so that with nothing playing in terms of music or any content to be listened to, you get a close to relative silence, and the moment you start playing any content, forget it, you're not hearing anything. And really, that's all a headphone needs to be able to achieve, and the PX8 does it quite well. Feature-wise, it's got a really good set of standard features for a high-end Bluetooth headphone. Charges via USB-C, really fast, has great battery life. And through that USB-C port, you can do two things. You can run a straight USB-C cable for charging or playback over digital wire, or you can run a 3.5mm that then terminates in USB-C. If we open up our case for a second here and get into our little pouch of cables, there is your 3.5 to USB-C. I love that there's a provision for legacy connections, yet it kind of modernizes it by just connecting via USB-C. You don't have to worry about an additional port on this device. Also, we've got our standard just USB-C to USB-C, which you'll use mostly for charging, as well as some wired playback over a purely digital connection through USB, plugging into a computer or laptop, something like that. And then these just tuck conveniently right back into the case under that flap, and there we go. Otherwise, I did mention that the spokes on these adjust really smooth, and just boy, that feels quality. Both sides just glide. Really nice adjustability. Now, while I do traditionally like having little clicks or detents in the band adjustments for headphones just to get both sides dialed in right, because this is so smooth, I know that if I take both my thumbs like this and apply equal pressure up, I'm going to get that just about perfect in terms of evening that out. So no really complaints there. That's fine. We've got the nice Napa leather on the bottom of the headband with some solid cushioning there. And on the inside of the ear cups here, this is also a Napa leather that is just, oh, it's so soft and smooth. It feels great. And it's pretty comfy. And I'd probably put it somewhere around the top tier because it's got a touch of weight to it, but it is well balanced. The ear cups are nice and plush this time around. I'd still like to have a little bit more space in the ear cup itself, but it is better than average. And in a world where most things just don't fit me at all, I'll take it. And then going off of that, if we look, we've got the standard options for control and connectivity here. You've got the standard button in the middle that is going to serve as multi-purpose, play and pause, skip the next song, previous, take and decline calls for wireless use. Volume down, volume up, pretty straightforward. Here's your power switch, flip it down to turn the headphone off, flip it and right into the middle position there to power the headphone on. And then in the third position here, it's not really a third position, rather it's just a momentary kind of switch that you would hold. You would flip up and hold just to put this back into pairing mode. And then down here, this is a multi-purpose switch. You can use that to activate a voice assistant. You can also just configure it to change the noise canceling mode from ambient, or transparency mode rather, back to noise canceling, and back and forth, of course. So to wrap up here, the PX8s are an awesome headphone. They sound precisely the way that they should for their price point, as in really good. I think they're well positioned. I love the build quality. I was impressed with the sound. It's a Bowers. I mean, I was expecting it to be good, but even I was a little bit impressed above and beyond my expectations. So that was a pleasant surprise. You can get them in this gorgeous black color, but personally, I am a big fan of the tan option that has this gorgeous combination of tan colors in the leather with silver and white elsewhere, and that is gorgeous. To me, that kind of color scheme reminds me of the interior of a high-end Grand Tour, like an Aston Martin or something like that. So I think that was a wonderful choice by Bowers. If you want to pick up a pair of PX8s, and I highly suggest that you do if you're looking in this high-end headphone segment, because they're good. Click that link down below to go to skybygramophone.com. You can check out securely and receive fast and free shipping straight to your door. You will find the PX8s for a price of $6.99. And of course, don't forget to stop by one of our showroom locations or at least give us a ring. We'd love to be able to show you this headphone, let you actually take a listen to it and demo it for yourself. And we've got a bunch of other great headphones on display too. So if you've been shopping in this segment and you're kind of like, I don't know what to pick, come let your ears decide. Hear them for yourself. It'll be our pleasure to help you with that. You'll find us in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. We also have a beautiful kitchen design center in Hunt Valley. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you had a really good time. If you enjoyed this or you felt like you learned something, please give this video a like. Hit that thumbs up, we'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below and chat with me some more, especially if you have any other questions about these guys or really anything that I've covered. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us, and of course, be seeing you.